everyone! Today I want to show you all the gear that I'll be taking with me on my Pacific Crest Trail through hike next year. Let's go ahead and get started. So the biggest component of my food system is this bear vault right here, which is the BD500, and I'm pretty happy with it. It is fairly heavy. I think it's like 2 pounds-ish or something like that. And there are some lighter versions, but they're expensive, so this is the one I will be taking. And it is hard to open it. I don't know if any of you have weak wrists like me, but for a while it was Hana-proof. I think I got it down to opening it. Okay, and then next thing in my food system is my Tokes 600 pot. So this is the 600 milliliters. Just a basic pot, and it's really lightweight. The handles do get a little hot, so I will be putting something on them, and hopefully that'll help. One of my friends did that, and I think he was pretty satisfied. Let's see. Next we have Sea Summit Spark, and then the Sea Summit cup, which is technically a luxury item, but I really like tea, so I'm just gonna take it. I can always bring it back. And a little cloth just to clean out my pot. And then I have the BRS stove, which is pretty light, and I've been happy with it so far. A lighter. And for my water filtration system, I will be using the Sawyer Squeeze along with, I don't know how to pronounce this, Knock. But this water bag, which they claim you can actually stand on, and it will not break. So this can hook up to your Sawyer Squeeze, and then you roll it down like this, and then your water's filtered. Yeah, so that's my cooking system, which most of it can fit easily into my pot. So this is the BRS lighter. This guy, this isn't gonna fit in, but yeah, that's the majority of it. This is what I will be wearing on the PCT. Just like this. Don't think this is efficient? Okay, so diving into what I will be wearing. Let's first start with my shoes, which are the Ultra Lone Peak 4.0s. Aren't they so cute? And I love these shoes. There's never been a point in time when I put on a shoe and it's just like, this is the shoe for me, except when I put these on, which I originally had the 3.5s, but they're a little bit narrower in the toes, which I didn't like. These are great, really light, and they actually have a decent arch support in here. These are fantastic. I would highly recommend if you're doing a through hike or just any hiking or even trail running. They're really nice. Oh, one thing that I should mention is the wider toe region. It's meant to let your toes kind of like move around to prevent blisters. I don't know if this is true yet. I haven't gotten any blisters while wearing them, but I'll keep you posted. One more thing about the shoe is the little knob right here, or hinge. This is for gaiters. So when I get my gaiters, they will be attached to here to prevent some dirt going into my shoes. So I'll have clean feet. It's not gonna happen. Alright, and for my choice of socks, Darn Tough socks. They have a lifetime warranty, so in theory, I will always have 3 pairs of socks my whole life. Yep. So if these guys, and then I have some ankle ones for the desert, which will be a bit cooler, and then just another pair. So they're a little dirty. I wore them. Alright, and then next thing that I have is my hat. Yep, just a normal hat. And then go into undergarments. I just have some ex officio underwear. I'm only bringing 2 pairs. Okay, and lastly, for the undergarments portion, I will be taking the Patagonia Barely bra, which is really, really comfortable. I wear this even just to work. I recommend this. And the shirts that I will be taking on the trail, first I have this Arc'teryx t-shirt, which I might take, or I will be taking just a tank top. I'm not too sure which one I want. One of those guys. And then for sleeping, I will be using the Arc'teryx Row LT Thermal, which makes me feel like Laura Croft for some reason. I think it's because of this arm pocket, but it's really nice. It keeps me really warm. I've been wearing it around in Canada when it's been like below freezing, and it's been keeping me surprisingly warm just wearing this. And it's fuzzy on the inside. Yeah, this is one of my favorite purchases thus far for the PCT, along with the Row LT pants, which I will also be taking. So those 2 I will be wearing when I sleep, and I guess if it gets cold on the trail. Okay, and for the desert, I will be wearing these Patagonia shorts. Just basic shorts. They have pockets, like really tiny pockets. It makes me laugh. It's like, this isn't a real pocket, but I guess as a woman, you can't really expect pockets. Okay, and then so my other pants that I will be taking, not in the desert section, just REI hiking pants. I'll probably be getting these in the Sierra section when it's a little colder, and I'll probably want that extra layer. That's really shaky. And I almost forgot one of my favorite purchases thus far, which is the Arc'teryx Cerium down jacket. Now it is down and not synthetic, so if I do get it wet, it is going to be a problem, but it does have some repellent, so even if it does get a little wet, should be able to brush it off. I've worn it when it's been drizzling, and it's been fine, but I decided to go with this guy because I love the color. It's a really nice fit, and yeah, I just really liked it. So that is all the clothes I'm gonna take. And I will be packing all of my clothes in a Z-Packs dry bag, most likely. To be determined. So next on the agenda is my sleep system. So the tent I decided to go with is the Big Agnes Fly Creek UL2HV Platinum tent, and it is about 2 pounds. Yeah, 2 pounds with everything in here. And I was toying between this one and the Z-Packs, but I decided to go with this guy because I just love poles. I want a semi-freestanding tent. It is a little bit extra weight, but to me, I think it's gonna be worth it. And then I have 2 sleeping pads depending on what section I am on the PCT. So I'll be starting out with the Thermarest Z-Lite in the desert, just because it is a bit more durable than this guy, except when it comes to cats, because my cats ate some of it. But yeah, this will be what I take first, and then I will be switching to the Neo Air X-Lite, which is going to be a bit more comfortable. I don't know how warm it's gonna keep me. I haven't tried this one out yet, but I have used this one on some backpacking trips, which does add some extra warmth, but I don't think it's gonna be the same as this guy. Also, I don't find this extremely comfortable. I think I'll get used to it, but there's nothing like having a blow-up pad. No. And option for my sleeping bag. This is a temporary option because I will be getting the Enlightened Equipment Conundrum, I think is what it's called. Yeah, their sleeping bag, and I will be getting it in the 0 degrees because this is a 15-degree sleeping bag, and I was in areas where it was below freezing and it was too cold. I need something a bit warmer, so I think a 0 degree bag is going to be the best option for me. Yeah. Sleeping gear. Now to go into some of the miscellaneous items that I have, such as my trekking poles. These are the Black Diamond Carbon Cork trekking poles, and they're really nice. I haven't tried out any other trekking poles, just started with these guys, and I really like them. I recommend getting trekking poles, unless you know they're not your thing. I guess it's very polarized whether people like trekking poles or not, but I really like it for stability when you're on cliffs, especially if there's a lot of wind. These guys just help me stay on the mountain. And then, of course, I have a headlamp because I will probably be doing some night hiking, which I've actually done some night hiking here in British Columbia, and I wasn't as scared as I thought I would be. Yeah. And I don't know if I'll be taking this guy. I'll probably start out with it, and we'll see if I like it or not. This is a sun umbrella, and it might be nice for the desert section when it's really hot. I'll keep you posted on how I like this. And, of course, the deuce of spades for those number 2 moments, along with some TP. Moving on to the toiletries that I have over here. I have just a basic first aid kit, which I'll most likely add a couple things to it. I have some Band-Aids and antibiotic ointment, along with some Advil. I'll probably put some string in there just to repair any gear malfunctions, along with some moleskin for blisters. Next, I have some Purell. I think this says it's some sort of soap, but no, just some Purell that I'll be taking with me, along with a toothbrush and mouthwash, my inhaler, need this guy, and then some sunscreen, which I will definitely need in the desert when it is really hot, and I will be going there with my Canadian skin. And then I have the Spyderco knife right here, which is pretty small and extremely sharp, and then just some basic sunglasses. The electronics that I will be bringing, I'm just gonna bring these iPhone headphones and then I have a wall charger that is a dual plug, so I can charge my phone, camera gear, and my battery core, which is the Anker 20,000 volts. Okay, so next is my camera gear, which is a bit tentative because I don't know if I'm crazy to want to take all this, and I think I am, so I will definitely have to cut it down on my lenses because it's pretty darn heavy, and I've tried to go light with everything else, so I could take my camera gear because I love photography, and one of the reasons why I want to go on the trail is to do photography on the trail and capture animals and landscapes. So we'll see. It'll be hard to let go of my camera gear, but I might have to. So first thing first is my camera. So I have the mirrorless Sony Alpha 7R3, which I absolutely love. I was debating between this one and the Nikon D50, but this one is lighter, and it has really good features. So you can actually pair this camera with your phone, and you can see what is on your camera. So if you want to take a selfie, you can just look at your phone and you'll see what's gonna look like. And you can even change settings from your phone, like if you want to change the aperture or shutter speed. Yeah, I love this camera, and right now it is paired with a 16-35 f2.8 lens, and this is a really lovely lens. It is a wide angle lens, and it gets really wide with a little bit of distortion at 16, but not distortion, vignetting. And so this is a recent purchase of mine, which is the 70-30 millimeter lens, and I love this lens. It'll be used for most of my wildlife shots, which I hope I see some wildlife on the trail. If I don't end up taking these two lenses, because this is really heavy. This is probably the same weight as my tent. It's a lighter, but it could be a tent. If I did have to compromise, I would be interested to know how the 18-135 Sony lens handles Milky Ways. The one that I have right now, that 16-35, has an f2.8, so it really has that large aperture needed to get the Milky Way shots, and it does a decent job at capturing Milky Ways, but I would be interested to see how the 18-135 captures stars. Probably not as good as this one, but it is a lot lighter, and I think that's something I'll have to decide on the trail or before. Yeah, okay, so of course with lenses, I have my, what are they called? Lens filters. So that's what they're called. Mind blip. Yeah, so I have my filters in here. I have a polarizer and then an ND filter, which are pretty nice. I'm not gonna take it in this thing because if I do bring it just like this, they're gonna break. So I'll be putting it in a more durable case. Don't know if I'll bring this. It's just an automatic shutter release. I'll probably bring some sort of lens cleaning system. This guy, because everyone needs these. And then this, because I've definitely had some dust trapped on my sensor before. And this will do it. And you know you're not supposed to breathe into your camera because you're definitely gonna spit in it, so use one of these guys. And of course I will be bringing extra batteries, so I think I'll have 2 batteries total. And last but not least, a tripod. I probably won't use this tripod in particular because it's fairly heavy, so I'll be getting a lighter one. But to get those nice landscape shots, you want to leave it on a longer shutter speed to get more color. So I'll be getting another one. Yeah, and I think that's it. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I will be posting all the links to this gear down below. And if you want to follow my journey, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I will be posting my final gear list in the future once I get my backpack, sleeping bag, and rain gear, along with some other items. And I'll be posting some exercises that I'll be doing in preparation for the PCT. I don't know if any of you guys have bad knees and ankles like I do, but I am going to be doing some exercises to strengthen them. So those videos are to come. All right, see you guys next week.